Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our test account, and that is right guys, the hunting field has returned. I'm going to do an overview for it. I know there's a lot of players that are relatively new to AFK Arena, a lot of the messages that I get. So the hunting field, this is on the test server, which means that this is not going to be up on the global server for a couple more days guys. But again, I want to show you kind of a breakdown of what the hunting fields really are. So the hunting fields is focused on Adrax. So Adrax, you can see right here, guys, is the final boss within the hunting fields. If you've seen the Abyssal Expedition, it's pretty similar to that with a couple of changes. Specifically, you can only utilize one specific faction in here. So the hunting field is built up of five different players. Each one chooses a faction. The Celestial, Hypogean, and Dimensionals do fall into one faction. Now you can see there are a couple different places. Den of Bones. This is where you fight bosses. The Blackbone Market, this is where you can actually exchange things. Reinforcements, even if you do not have all of the heroes or a lot of the heroes built, you can actually use reinforcements in here. So they actually give you heroes that you can utilize in here. You select a faction like we just said, occupying a territory. So you go in there with your stamina, you take over these territories. The territories yield you resources that you can use for the exchange, and you can use to purchase and level up. Loot forged for war. Very cool and pretty dynamic how you get in here. And I want to go through the rewards in here in a minute because it is very good with the rewards. Now this is one of the parts that I want to talk about, guys, the shared resources. So this is where kind of the integrated team formation players come together. You can actually share resources in one solid bag. So if I'm running a light bearer team and there are artifacts or there are resources that I need, we can put them in the shared bag. We can build up one hero a lot stronger to take out the boss fights, which I really do recommend. Again, we'll go through some of that. But overall, guys, it is a very team orientated event. With that being said, you have to play. That is really one of the biggest pet peeves that players have ever seen within the hunting fields and the Abyssal Expedition is you'll have players join, they'll play for a couple minutes, or they might not even play at all in your team, which means now you're running it with a team of 4 versus running it regularly with a team of 5. Hunting challenges, there are a couple challenges, and then of course the ultimate hunt is to vanquish Adrax. So let's look at the rewards here, guys. You can see we have newbie all the way up to heroic. Now going through as a member, so the member is going to be how you'll go through if you're actually playing the hunting fields. You can see the resources we get out here. We get some Stargazer cards, tier 4 cards. We get a resource chest, which is pretty good. Does have some red chests in there as well as some Twisted Essence. And then of course you do get some resource chests. Going in there as a member, if you go through not even hardcore gameplay, if it is just regular gameplay, we've seen players that even if they went into the hunting fields and only had 1 or 2 players, have the ability to stack relics behind it, actually defeat Adrax, have no problem. Does it take a little bit more time? Of course. And that is, again, one of the pet peeves that a lot of players have in this, is it is a little bit of time consuming if you want to be, if you really want to be competitive with it, because you get some good, you get a pretty cool looking avatar frame that I like. But looking at the supporter role, so this specifically is if a player does not want to play the hunting fields, but you still want to get loot, just a little bit less loot than what you get. Because even looking here, you get a total of 24 red chests. You do get your resource chest. You get 8 Stargazer cards instead of 10. So as you can see, guys, they are a little bit less of the reward, but in turn, you don't have to actually play the hunting fields. You can just come in here as a support role and not do anything with it. I'm going to check out the leaderboard real quick. They actually started this yesterday. Looking at the leaderboard, guys, you can see a majority of teams do exactly what we see here, guys, is you can see 2,000, 3,000, 4, 4, 32,000. A lot of players will feed a whale or a larger level player that is running right here. You can see actually a little tiny symbol. It is the Celestial, Hypogean, and Dimensional. So they actually feed one player. The one player is the one who goes through and actually takes out the bosses. So a lot of players will take some camps, they'll get some resources, they'll even fight the gate bosses that require stamina. When it comes to the actual bosses that you need to defeat to get chests, they go through and actually stack it on one player. And it looks like there's actually a couple in here because looking at this one, oh, that's the same team. That's why the team's so high in there. I'm trying to see if there's a few Celestial Hypogen. I want to see if they all feed the Celestial and Hypogen players. Just looking at a few in here. Again, Celestial and Hypogen 21 to 3222. The other thing you get in here, guys, is this frame. So the frame looks, this is absolutely my favorite frame, and reached the top 2,000 points on the leaderboard. Now, with that being said, a majority of these events were the top 1,000. They've actually moved it to the top 2,000. But you can see if you get in the top 1,000, you get kind of a little bit more of a fiery frame. And then if you reach the top 150 on the leaderboard, which is huge, you get this third frame, guys. So really being able to show off the time and effort that you do put into the hunting fields. In addition, you do get the medals. Now, similar to what we've seen before, guys, these medals are only up for 62 days. So it's pretty cool to display, but it is very, very short term. I wish they would just give them to you like you earn the medal. And then the medals every single time were different. So you could just display them similar to badges. Again, give them to you for 62 days. I feel like it's just kind of a tease in there that you actually don't get to do it. So looking in the breakdown, guys, here is the invitation. So if I had anyone who invited me to a hunting field team, and then the reinforcements. This is one of the big parts, again, of the hunting fields, is when you look at your specific team. So let's say I want to go in here with a Wilder team. They are going to give me access to these heroes right on the bottom, which means that if I don't have 10 Wilders to run two teams, I can actually utilize some of these reinforcement heroes in here, which again can make a very big difference depending on the players you have. You'll notice right here, Tarnos and Zekas are grayed out. That is because I do not possess those heroes. So this is where if I had a copy of the heroes, I can actually utilize them. But even looking here, guys, if I'm running Maulers, which of course is a little bit of a difficult faction, I got the 5-pull, I got Mishka, I got Damon, I got Silas in here as my reinforcements. That is going to be a very, very good team to run. Again, if I'm relatively new to this game mode, even in here, guys, we're running Scrag in here. We do have access to Nevi and a basic version of Athalia. And these are based on the heroes that I have built. That is the big thing, guys, is right here. We have Maro completely built, but you can see I only have really Maro and probably Kayleen that I'd have the opportunity to use in here. But also when you stack relics behind them, or when you stack some of the, I'm pretty sure I don't think the relics, I forget exactly what they call them, but the gear in here, it makes a big difference. It is actually a game-changing difference. So again, you can look in here and you can spectate. We can go through, there's Rocksta. We can actually go apply to join. Boom, you can see there's one slot left. He is doing awesome so far in the hunting fields. The conch hunters, you can see if we join in here, guys, we only get the support role. With the support role, we only get the support loot. If we actually wanted to go in here and we did want to play the game, we can get other loot. And with this, guys, you can see buddy squads. So this is people in the guild, this is people on the friends list, and then other squads are just the random players, as you can see in here, that are competing with the hunting fields. Now, if you're looking to enroll, Lone Wolf means that you are going to be signed up with random players. It is literally just going to throw you into a random build. Team up is really the best way to go, because you can see a lot of these are predetermined or pre-built teams within here. So if I go, it will show me exactly the ready. It shows me which ones we have available. So even here, Lightbearer, Mauler, and Wilder looks like it's already taken. So I would have to go Greyborn, or I would have to go Celestial or Hypogen to make this team work. This is really the way to go, guys. If you're going to play the mode, definitely get in here, whether it's setting them up through the guilds, whether it's setting it up through the friends list, whatever it may be. This is really the way to go if you're looking to go through the hunting fields, and make sure that a lot of players that want to play the hunting fields do play the hunting fields. So, all right, guys, so that'll do it just as an overview, kind of what the hunting fields is. I'm not going to get in there with the enroll right now. I want to do it over on the YouTube account. I don't want to spend the time and effort, so I'm going to actually hop probably in Rocksta's group, That way we can just get a little bit of loot over on the test server. Again, not going to put too much time and effort into this account. I'm going to save it for the main YouTube account. So, all right, guys, again, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.